In this video, I'm going to talk about the new shift from models, because that's also an interesting shift. What is happening now on the catwalk? And I mainly want to light out Dolce Gabbana, how they are using Instagram, Snapchat, and the people who are big on that. So I'm mainly gonna focus on what we're seeing on their catwalk and what they are doing because they are really smart with the use of social media. The shift that came in is from the normal models that are casted on the street, for example, to the social influencers and people who are big on internet or famous singers, people that are more commercial in a way and have a big follower amount on the social media platforms. And so we're going to focus on how Dolce Gabbana uses those people, how they use Instagram and how they use Snapchat to contribute to their new way of hyping up their shows. Okay, I'm first gonna talk about the social media platforms that are happening right now and which are used in the fashion industry the most and why they are used the most and what they can contribute to a brand. Because as everybody knows, there are still magazines, obvious. These are images that are shot beautifully and are made to last longer because they will contribute one season long in the magazines that will come out. But Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook, those are the main social media channels that are used. That it's all about the fastness. A magazine is way slower. It cannot be changed in one day, and when it's printed, it's on paper. And that's a beautiful thing about the social media channels that are used nowadays, that you really can use their speed. Every second you can take a Snapchat, you can broadcast your show live straight away from the catwalk. And that's also the fast change in the industry because everything goes so fast and everything can be shared in a second. Everything has to have a new valid form called the Instagram format. And the Instagram format is literally, does it look nice in a squared picture? Now it doesn't have to be squared anymore, but it's still if you can gram it nicely or not, and that's a new rule in the fashion system, and it's a really interesting one, where a lot of brands are also now cooperating in. And for example, Dolce Gabbana has a lot of campaigns going on. And those are, they do a fashion show, and like the same day, they bring the models outside in an area that is fitting to the show, obvious, and they will shoot pictures and they will be posted immediately. So you get a vibe of the show, you see the clothing, and you see the clothing in a wild, and it's all in one day, and it will be shot and posted the same day. The fastness is incredible, and what's also really smart, the people in those campaigns that they are making now are all big on those platforms. So the moment they will get tagged in it or will be participating in one way, they will also make Snapchats backstage, do live stories, they will put it on their Instagram story. People will cooperate and will see everything from way closer, so they feel engaged to it. And that's everything social media is, and that's everything the brand wants, that the buyers, that the adorers are engaged to their brand. And the way they are doing it now through Instagram, through Snapchat, it's a really quick and fast way, and people feel involved in the whole process. They see backstage images and they see the end result of it, and it's a really interesting but a really fast. Okay, first we have Snapchat. Snapchat is the quickest way, but also the one that is slowly dying at the moment because Instagram story and Facebook story took over. But this is the original concept about taking a picture and posting it on your story or sending it to your friends. It's all about the quickness. These will be pictures for 5 seconds or till 10 seconds, and after you saw them, they will be gone. Except for your story, there a picture will stay on for 24 hours. That's the first one, Snapchat. The second one is Instagram. It's mainly about posting pictures. For the fashion industry, it's a really easy one to show collections and clothing. For a lot of personal users is also to show their own faces in different locations. What is the new feature of Instagram? They have stories, so that's also the same as in Snapchat. Stories that will last 24 hours and can be watched by everybody. And Instagram is also a really good tool for brands nowadays to spread their message more easily. You can easily use hashtags and create your own. A lot of brands use hashtags a lot, so people can easily find their pictures. And through Instagram, your pictures will be way more easily shared than through Snapchat, because Snapchat, you really have to add the name in the list, and through Instagram, you, if somebody else will like it, you can see it in your searching file. And that's a really interesting thing, because your message is way more easily spread than through Snapchat. It will also last. A picture on Instagram will last way longer than Snapchat. Through Instagram, people can also feel way more engaged with the brand, because it's so more easily understandable. Then we have Facebook, of course. That's the most dying breed of them all. But Facebook is mainly used to live stream the whole fashion show at the same moment as it is airing. So for live streaming, it's a really good one. Facebook also recently came up with stories, just like Instagram and Snapchat, but they are not as widely used as Instagram and Snapchat, because they are better at it, and this is more a laid-back, older people. The younger generation also doesn't really use Facebook anymore because it's too formal in a way. But I'm gonna mainly focus on Dolce & Gabbana, and Dolce & Gabbana is the biggest on Instagram at the moment. They don't really use Snapchat, and they use Facebook as a way to post their official campaigns. So that's something different than Instagram campaigns. And that's also a really interesting shift. The Instagram campaigns are there, especially for Instagram. They are much quicker, less polished to say so, but will instantly give the viewer a taste of what's coming in the new news collection. So, the male show of Dolce & Gabbana is coming up right away around the corner, and this is one of the smart ways of promoting the new show. These are all social media influencers. So it's Niels Visser, who started on Vine, it's really big on Instagram now, and is a regular model for the Dolce & Gabbana fashion show at the moment. These are all people, this is the story of Dolce & Gabbana, by the way, and these are all people that are followed by millions of fans. And through these small updates and stories, they already give a little hint of their show, and you can participate. You can choose for the angel, or you can choose for the crown, and they all link the people in it. And this is a really smart way, because it's all, you see who's gonna walk, and this is Dylan Jaggerly, and it's just a quick way of who is gonna walk the show, what is going on in the show, and people are like, this is cool, he's gonna walk the show, I'm gonna watch it for sure. And that's also really interesting, because when you see people that you like, you wanna buy it or see it. And they also always make hashtags, what is a really smart one, Dolce & Gabbana Kings Love, and that's gonna be the newest theme for the show. For example, here they made a small little video about live on this page. So they already announced when it is, where it is. They have the whole Dolce & Gabbana hashtags going on. On Instagram, we can follow the whole show without being there. And that's also a really strong thing of them. They include everybody out there. Even if you're rich or poor, you will be included in a fashion show. You're not sitting front row, but wait, you are through your phone. And that's the new way of shopping. And then as you can see here on their Instagram, they all make short little videos or throwbacks to their fashion show. But these pictures, New York has been hit with the new Dolce & Gabbana Men collection, photo by Jacob Moschin. I cannot pronounce his name. But that means they also use pictures of social media influencers that they posted on their social media accounts, and they use them in a new way on their account as it is paying. This is a real campaign. After the show of last time, spring summer 2018, this campaign is shot with Cameron Dallas, and he's also famous from Vine, and he's one of the spokesmodels from Dolce Gabbana. And as you can see, he got 20.0 million followers on Instagram, and he is really big. And the moment he walked his first show for Dolce Gabbana, the whole Dolce Gabbana vibe switched it, and people were like, there were so many fans outside. So using the millennials, as they called Dolce Gabbana millennials, is such a smart move, and it's really looking into the future, how it will happen in the future, and how fashion shows will be dominated. These are all just quick ones. Those pictures are made for Instagram. Those pictures you will never see in a magazine, and that's also an interesting feeling. They're quick, they're easy, and happily graspable. They have a children collection, and it all goes really fast. This is Dolce Gabbana Love Venice. It's just to show, and all the girls that are in here are no models. They are just Instagram famous and picked up by Dolce Gabbana and loved by Dolce Gabbana, and then they become spokeswomen. What is also a really good counterpoint of the Dolce Gabbana family is they are really playing into the millennial fields. And what is really nice, they go into the streets of the big cities they love to work for, and they use real people, real millennials with their products. And that's also a way to envision what's going on. So the main thing that's really happening in the fashion industry is everything is getting quicker. Just like the see now, buy now collections that you can buy straight off fashion show from the catwalk, that's also happening through Instagram and Snapchat, because everything is so quickly and everything has to be shared within a second. Everything also has to go really, really fast. And I think it's a interesting development, and Dolce Gabbana is one of the brands that's really going for it and really is using this fastness and interestedness. But because of that, their collection also loses their interesting touch and their newness, because it all has to go so fast. All their silhouette look the same, and are most of the time also the same, but just with a different fabric or print. So because of the fastness through the social media platforms, the creativity of the brands of the clothing is shifting away a bit. And what I think is a good or interesting fact, because there are walking so many millennials in there, like the social influencers, they all have different body shapes and measurements. So the body diversity is also a bit more shifting. It's mainly the height, not the size. But that's a really interesting fact also. So social media is a very big norm nowadays in the brands, and I think Dolce & Gabbana is one of the brands that is using it really well.